Well, apparently the For You page is working well for others.
Yeah, we did
Great
make a
idea.
lot of pretty significant changes to the way that it works lately. So I've been kind of playing around with it, tweaking some things um to overall make the experience better. And it's only going to keep improving, especially as AI has more of a role to play in the content that gets served. But yeah, it's overall going to be I like and I've talked about this in a thread that the way I use the platform is that I scroll through the latest feed for the last like 2 hours worth of content. So I'll look at like what's recent. And then I usually switch over to the For You feed and then scroll through that for a while. On the For You feed, and again, I mean the whole kind of the whole theme of this AMA has been about like culture shifts and the culture that we kind of have existing on the platform. But we're kind of trained to look at only the most recent content is relevant, which is not actually how social media platforms work. Outside of the blockchain, um, most platforms serve you a mix of content that is anywhere from a few minutes old to 6 hours, 12 hours, or even 48 hours old. It's just serving you the content that it thinks that you are most likely to engage with. And that is what the majority of platforms out there run on, pretty much all of them at this point. Um, and that is what our aim is in terms of the For You feed, is that it's aimed at showing you content that it thinks you're likely to engage with. And we've been kind of tweaking that algorithm and trying to improve it and make it better, in the past couple of weeks. So if you haven't checked it lately, I would recommend checking it out and seeing if it's serving decent content for you. Um, and expect that that will only continue to improve as we kind of further tweak the algorithm and then introduce AI into the recommendations filter. um, I actually have a pretty significant change coming to that algorithm, probably in the next like 2 weeks, I would say. I just want to test it out a little bit more, but it will probably be like a 2 to 3x in the relevance of content that you get served on the For You feed. So expect that to be improved further. Um, but yeah, I think overall, like we're just trained to look at the latest feed always on Hive. But again, especially with threads, that's not, something that was posted 2 days ago on threads could be just as relevant to creating a, unregretted minute on the platform for you as an end user, as something that was posted 2 minutes ago. The chronology of when something's posted is typically not that relevant unless it's like breaking news. Um, it just technically doesn't matter. Like if sometimes I'll post quotes that I see from some like stoicism pages that I follow on X, and I'll post them on InLeo. And whether you see that in the 2 minutes, since I posted it, or if you see it 2 days later, but you're generally interested in stoicism and stoic quotes, it doesn't matter to you if you saw it 2 minutes ago or 2 days after it's been posted. So I think that just needs to be completely. I think that culture shift needs to happen also, in terms of just looking at content for content's sake. And again, fundamentally, it's just creating unregretted minutes on the platform. You want to enjoy the time you spend. You want to either learn something or find, laughter in something. Maybe it's a meme. Generally memes don't have a timeline. Like I've seen memes that are 6 years old, and that resurface on X, and they're just as funny today as they were 6 years ago. So, um, yeah, it's again, it's about creating a profile of each user and then serving them the best content possible.